Onana injury blow. I saw this story yesterday night and I said I'll wake up and obviously do it. But I had some fixations that I had to obviously put in order. And after I put in order, I'm here obviously presenting this story of Onana. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Brock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's obviously another bright day with some shades of rain, but nevertheless we keep going to where we obviously deserve to be as a club of Manchester United, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum. So another injury has been added to the many that we're having at Man United. That is Onana. And yesterday when Cameroon was really playing, see what happened the 80th minute. He was really taken off when he felt like he had something in his obstructor, meaning the ribs of his stomach. That's what was wrong with the player, and Onana had been subbed off for Cameroon due to injury, and it really gets nasty to that level that goalkeepers got to get injured. And if I told you Onana, you get worried a little bit because you've been struggling to see to it that you get into form, and I think he had gone ahead to gain confidence that everyone thought that he never had at the beginning of the season. So for Onana and the kind of player that he is, we obviously gonna miss him. Because we have untested goalkeeper who is a goalkeeper who is going to come in and really sit in for him. That is Ben Dayer. So when you look at Ben Dayer and what he does as a goalkeeper, he's really good, but Ten Hag said he wouldn't even give him the game of Newcastle and Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup because he was green about the Premier League. So going away at Everton next Sunday without Onana is going to be something different, but it might be a blessing disguised to obviously show us how good Ben Dayer is and how good he can obviously become for the club of Manchester United. And I would prefer him, by the way, to really be in between the stitches as we take on Galatasaray away in Turkey, because he knows exactly how rude and hostile that atmosphere is in Turkey. You know, because Onana doesn't know exactly what happens there, but this man knows exactly what happens there. But the big question is going to be, how is he going to communicate with the defenders? Because to be a very good goalkeeper, you need to be having some good communication with your defenders, like commanding them. And it looks like these days, Onana and the central defense of Man United had gotten really what we call an acknowledgement, an understanding in between them. They could complement each other very well and listen to each other very well. They'll please mark here, don't go here, my ball. So we don't know how Ben Dayer is going to cope up with this, because it's also part of the huge chemistry that makes up that back five to be obviously good and not concede goals at any point anywhere. So it's worrying. And if I told you Eric Ten Hag, you ask yourself, what are you gonna do? But in all this, we are going to continue grinding results, because as a certain player comes back, another or a pair of others really find themselves injured. For example, when we had Sergio Reguilon come back, Aaron Bissaka come back, Casemiro had to join the queue. You get? Then, as we are having Amad Diallo back, Tyrell Malacia back, now Onana is going to the sick bay of Manchester United. Something somewhere has to be done to this club of Man United and obviously get us to where we deserve to be, because we don't deserve this. You know, something needs to be done. One will say international football shouldn't be really being played, players having played lots of games last season. That's not the cause of all injuries, because when you look at a team like Man City, ever since this season started, they've gone ahead to get A Kevin De Bruyne injury, John Stones, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, you know. They've had like 5 injuries, you know, and they played more games than us. So that puts a very huge question on even the players that we are having in through that should come in through and really act as backups for our side of Manchester United. You see to it that Man City travels to Emirates without Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne, and they lose in the dying minutes, you know. So we need to be having a better side and better backup players that can obviously do the job. This is where I don't agree with people who believe that Harry Maguire should be part of the plan, Scott McTominay should be part of the plan. Players that Erik ten Hag doesn't want to be here should be sold and getting out of the team. And this is where we welcome Sir Jim Ratcliffe to obviously come in through and do the needful at the club of Manchester United, because the more you keep players who are really average, when the first choice player really gets injured, then you are in for it. So Andre Onana joins Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, who else? Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Andre Onana, because Amad Diallo and Tyrell Malacia are going to return in training, I think next week with the first team, because they were back on the grass for the previous 2 weeks and now they're getting ready to do the needful at Carrington. So those are 4 injured players that we're really having right about now, and you wait and see how things are going to happen. Oh, I had forgotten Eriksson and Rasmus Højlund. So we are now having 6 injured players, but all in all, we have to do the needful with the players available to take us to where we deserve to be, because we have to win games. We have to win games and see to it that we obviously get where we deserve to be getting in a nick of time. So that is it about Andre Onana, and there is a start of Andre Onana. I want to read to you that Statman Dave went ahead to obviously put up yesterday, and this is what he had to say about Andre Onana, that Andre Onana has the 2nd most amount of clean sheets, 4 in the Premier League, and the 3rd best save percentage, 76.7 in the Premier League this season. Impressive numbers. When you're having a goalkeeper who has the 3rd best save percentage, that means they get at him easily. That's why those saves are being gotten. For the clean sheets, it can be either way, that he's a goalkeeper who obviously keeps in those saves, as you see it has the 3rd best save percentage in the league, you know. And for the what is it? And on the other side, he might be having a very good defense, but for United, it's not all about a good defense. It's all about the goalkeeper making saves. And if at all he had obviously gone ahead to hit the ground running and really put in these saves when he came in through the club of Man United, I think he would have gone ahead to be looking better and better and better as a goalkeeper of Manchester United. But all in all, we just have to wait and see how everything is going to pan out, because it's really worrying for their first choice goalkeeper, who is trying to obviously get back to where he's deserving to be, getting injured. And remember, this is very delicate, you know. Here, the abstractor is very delicate, because remember, that's what the goalkeeper uses to dive left and right, you know, even going up for the ball. So he's going to go for an assessment, and I think by Monday we'll be knowing what exactly this guy is all about. It's the World Cup qualifier for Cameroon. It looks like they even lost that game as Cameroon. Let me see. Cameroon. Cameroon as a country, Cameroon as a country, Cameroon as a country. So they lost to Niger. A moment. World Cup qualifiers. A moment. World Cup qualifiers. So, yesterday Cameroon beat Mauritius by 3-0. Bran Mboemo in the 45th minute, 87th minute, after Onana had left. They scored the second goal through Kevin and Frank Magri in the 90th plus second minute. So they won their first game of football, and Onana is back to the national team. And with all this, he has to go to the African Cup of Nations. So guys, your thoughts on to Onana injury blow are welcome in the comment section below. What you make about everything, and do you think Bendeir Autumn Heaton should take over? Rokan David remains my name. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. I'm out, my mates, and see you later. Sorry for the delay, but I'm back to talk more football and talk Manchester United strictly. Ciao, ciao.